What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another one of our Breeders' Cup videos. Here on this video, we're going to feature the 3-year-olds that are taking aim at the Breeders' Cup Classic this year. Should be a really good bunch of 3-year-olds. Talking, of course, about Sovereignty, Journalism, Baeza, and even a little bit of Nevada Beach. That's right, Nevada Beach for Bob Baffert. I think people forget is a 3-year-old horse. Kind of got injured, missed a lot of time, came back in the Goodwood last time out and got the job done. This has been an exciting long, whether it be Sovereignty winning all the big ones, whether it be Baeza, winning, the Pennsylvania Derby, Journalism winning a ton of big races, Preakness and the Haskell as well. It's all been really good. So it's been fun. Let's cover it now. Let's get to it. I'm going to put up on the screen some replays as we talk about it. We're going to start with the Belmont because the Belmont did have, of course, Journalism, Sovereignty, and Baeza. So I'll go ahead and play it for you now. This was a hell of a race. So Sovereignty is the 2, Baeza the 6, Journalism the 7. And you see right there, a good break really for everybody. And it's going to be the number 4. That's Rodriguez. He's going to go out there. Rodriguez is going to go out there. Sorry, that is the 3 is Rodriguez. I meant to say it's going to go out there. Crudo going to track, and it's Journalism up here in about 3rd or 4th. Now, keep that in mind as we go through Journalism's races. So Journalism's out there kind of stalking the pace. You've got Sovereignty, who has been a dead closer, basically. He is up there close to the pace as well. And so that was kind of your first sign of, oh, he's going to do something a little bit different today. Sovereignty actually ahead of Journalism. That was very surprising in this race. Baeza, he was kind of bad in the paddock this day. He's usually closer. He was kind of back towards the back of the pack there. He's the 6 horse. So, just a decent pace here. Nothing too strong. Kind of normal, 47.6. Rodriguez out there in front. Journalism and Sovereignty out there kind of matching strides in 3rd and 4th, kind of flip-flopping there, who's in 3rd, who's in 4th. Baeza behind it. Again, that's not the desired trip for Baeza. He was not very good in the paddock, and he's just not in the spot that you would want him to be in. All right, so as they turn for home here, Sovereignty kind of turns it off a little bit. That's something that he's kind of been doing lately. He kind of bides his time. Journalism makes the first move. Sovereignty's right there with him. And I'm going to pause it at one point here at the top of the stretch once we get there. Journalism making a big move. I bet Journalism this day, and I'm like, oh, my goodness. He's running huge, right? So I will pause it right here. So at this, let's keep going a little bit. I don't want that pole in the way. So at this point right here, Journalism's cruising up to the front. He looks great. I thought this was a perfect ride. And I'm like, oh, man, this is really going to be something here. Sovereignty hadn't really made up that big kind of stride yet, so I'm feeling pretty good. Baeza had been ridden hard at this point, so Journalism turns for home. Really good stalking trip, really liked it. He's turning for home looking good, and then I immediately catch Sovereignty right here, and I'm like, oh, race is over. Look at Sovereignty just gobble up the ground, and this is why he's going to be the Breeders' Cup favorite, because this was Journalism's best race of his career, in my opinion, and Sovereignty gets by him like he's standing still. Look at Journalism, and then look at Baeza, how he's closing a little bit, but he's making up no ground whatsoever on Sovereignty. This is absolutely unbelievably flawless what Sovereignty does here. And I always thought he was a pretty good horse. I thought the Derby was a very good effort, but this was the first effort of Sovereignty's career, in my opinion, where I went, okay, he's not just good. He is an elite horse. This was an incredible effort. Look at him just gobble up the ground. Again, can't overstate it enough. Journalism runs in a fantastic race, and Sovereignty goes right by him like he's standing still. And look at Baeza. He starts to finally get his head in the game late. Gets up for 3rd, but there is no beating that monster right there. All right, let's go to the Jim Dandy next. This was a rematch between Sovereignty and Baeza. On this day, Baeza was great in the paddock. Baeza got the desired spot. By the way, Hector Berrios picked up the mount here. He still has the mount. It's one of those situations where Berrios just might fit this horse a little better. He gets him into the race early. But you see that damn Sovereignty, right? He is, he's on his toes, and he's ahead of Baeza, even though that is not what they wanted. They want Baeza to be ahead of him in this spot. it didn't happen. Why? Because Sovereignty's just that good right now, right? So up the backstretch here, you see they're all kind of tailing Moplex, who I'm sure they kind of thought was coming back to him at some point, which he does. Baeza, you see the difference, though. This is where they want to sit him, right? They don't want him towards the very back like that. They want him up there. Look at Berrios. He's aggressive. He says, we got to get ahead of Sovereignty. We're not going to beat him if we're not ahead of him. And he gets ahead of him because why? Sovereignty and Junior Alvarado say, we'll just hang out a minute. And there you see, he kind of drops out of it again. And you worry for a half second when he does this. He did the same thing in the Belmont. But it's just Alvarado just being patient while the other ones kind of do their thing. And so they get to the top of the stretch. Baeza this time, desired trip. He's running the race. He's well into it. By this time in the Belmont, they were really having to ride him hard to get him going. Now that is the first time they really ask him to do much. So he's perfect, right? He did everything right. The problem is he's just facing such a good horse in Sovereignty. Sovereignty comes up next to him. You're like, okay, race on. Let's see if Baeza can get him. We float him wide, a little bit of riders, gamesmanship there, nice little ride, try to bother him. We're re-engaging with him. We're trying everything we can, and Baeza just cannot keep up with him. Baeza is trying. Sovereignty, they finally said, we'll ask him for a little bit. Bye-bye, race over. This horse is breathing different air right now. That was easy for Sovereignty. Baeza all out. Couldn't beat him in that race. I'm not going to show you the Travers because I don't really think it's a relevant data point. I will say the horse that got second, Bracket Buster, who Sovereignty beat by the length of the stretch, did come back and win Oklahoma Derby. The horse that got third, Magnitude, did come back and get second in the next race we'll talk about. Let's keep talking about Baeza, and we'll talk about the Pennsylvania Derby. All right, it's Pennsylvania Derby day now. Baeza breaks from the 8 hole here. Hector Berrios aboard again. Like I said, he is kind of the regular jockey now. So Berrios got squeezed a little bit early, but he still kind of said, all right, let's try to get him involved. I don't want to drop him all the way to the back here. He is going to kind of tuck over at this point. And, he is second, third to last, but he's within range. And I think that's the biggest thing you got to think about. He's within range here. He's not all the way back, and he's also very well within himself. They're also going a lot faster than they went in the Jim Dandy as well, and in the Belmont Stakes for that matter. He's got a wall of horses, and he's just going to say, I'm going to bide my time. There's no reason to rush this horse up. He didn't break well. He got pinched a little bit, but we're all good here, right? And so stocking the pace very nicely. Magnitude, the 3 horse, he's also right there kind of stocking the pace a little bit after usually being towards the front. So you can see Baeza very calm, very well within himself. I think Berrios realizes a lot of these horses are coming back to me. They're going too fast. And once again, he's not really riding him. He's not really asking him to do much. The Belmont at this point, he was or Palladium Pride, I should say, was all over him. Berrios just knew, hey, I've got the better horse here. Don't do anything silly. And you look at him just passing horses kind of like they're standing still now. Gets to the top of the stretch. Gonna have to battle for a second here with Goal Oriented, a horse that I actually picked. But he passes him like he's standing still. Now remember, Sovereignty beat this horse that's beating these other horses easily. He beat him, pretty easy and fairly 3 times here. So anyway, Baeza strides out here. Magnitude runs up nice for second. Baeza, nice easy win over Goal Oriented. Let's pause it. Goal Oriented, he probably beat him by about 4 lengths, right? So pretty, 3-4 lengths, let's say. All right, let's go to the Haskell next, which featured Journalism. Journalism wins this race. We'll kind of talk about him now. We've slobbered over Sovereignty, and we've talked about Baeza. Now, big thing to remember about Journalism, new writer. Umberto Rispoli has been writing Journalism for the whole time. New writer will be Jose Ortiz. Now, keep in mind when we watch these next 2 races by Journalism, he sat in a really, really nice stocking position in the Belmont Stakes. He was like 3rd, 4th most of the race. Sometimes Sovereignty being 3rd, sometimes Journalism being 3rd, but never worse than 3rd or 4th, never worse than 2-3 lengths off that pace, right? So we know he can do it. We've seen him do it in other races as well. A couple of races out at Santa Anita, he broke on top, and they just kind of, wrangled him back, which is fine. All right, Haskell, here we go. It's Journalism. Let's see if he can kind of get the job done here. He's kind of restless a little bit in the gate. He is the 2 horse. He breaks not the greatest. It's like, okay, let's see if we can get him in this nice stalking position here. No, we're kind of losing it. We're not really asking him to do anything. Our hands are kind of motionless, and we're second to last. Okay. All right. So we're second to last. Okay. That's weird. I kind of going to ask him a little bit now, kind of going to get him a little bit engaged now, and he's not really having it. So is it the horse? Is it the jockey? I don't know. But boy, this horse just doesn't seem to have that early turn of foot, or not early turn of foot, but that early speed to get himself in position. These, like he did, in the Belmont and other races as well. So, interesting here. And I think this is probably going to lead to why we're getting a jockey change. Fair or not. Could just be the horse is tired, didn't want to get up there. Could be the jockey's not aggressive enough. We're going to find out, right? Because that's we're going to get the jockey change to Ortiz. But anyway, we're going to watch it here. Journalism going to be left with a lot of work to do as they turn for home. Good pace, good hot pace, and that really does help him here because he's going to have to work. Like I said, he's got Gosker and goal-oriented. He's going to have to beat here. He's following the 6-horse right now, and goal-oriented, starting to make the move too. So Gosker, goal-oriented, both making the move. Journalism just behind him here. And, they get the jump on him. There's no doubt about it. He's moving very, very well. They do get the jump on him a little bit, though. So there's a couple things. They're having to ride him pretty hard, right? They're having to ride him pretty hard right here to get up there. It still looks like he's in good shape. He flattens out a bit to me right here. He's kind of idling a little bit. He's trying, but he can't get to Gosker and goal-oriented. And now it's like, boy, is he going to get there? Is he tired? Is the campaign worn him out? All this stuff. He gets there because he's a freaking champion. Let's pause it right there. There, we'll pause it. We're at the wire. Now, remember, we just watched Baeza beat goal-oriented by about 4 lengths. And here, Journalism beats him, but it's only by about a length. And this is kind of my skepticism of Journalism. He may just be getting a little tired. As much as I've kind of been on Umberto Rispoli, the campaign may be getting to him just a little bit. He does win the race. Give him a ton of credit. I thought he ran great in this race, considering everything that happened. So good on him. All right, let's watch the Pacific Classic as the last race we will watch. Let me rewind it back here. And here's the break. Now, Journalism's in this race. Fierceness did the crazy thing. It's like, oh, this is Journalism's race to lose. Let's analyze it. Now, you just watched the Belmont just a minute ago. I'm going to stop it when they get to the wire the first time here. They're just in the first part of the stretch here. I'm going to stop it right here. Okay, so we just watched the Belmont where Journalism's in third or fourth. He's stalking the pace. We just watched the Haskell where he's second to last. Now we're the Pacific Classic. That's the next race. He's last, and not only he's a long ways last. So again, I think this is the idea, and I would do what the connections are doing here. We've got to get a new jockey and see if we can't get back to that desired trip that we need. Because here's the deal. Journalism is one of my favorite horses in training. I love him. He's never winning from here against quality horses. It's not going to happen. He needs to be a little bit more forward place. Journalism has a great turn of foot. But it's not good enough to do, say, what Sierra Leone does, right? Where he's back here and he can still win. I don't think Journalism can win against an elite field from here. Not many can, right? This is not where he needs to be. And again, is it the horse? Is the horse tired? Does the horse not want to do it? Has he learned some bad habits? I don't know the answer, but the only thing you can really do is change the jockey at this point, right? And again, we're unhurried in this race whatsoever. You saw him try to get him involved a little bit in the Haskell. You kind of pushed on him a little bit. We're not doing anything here. We're just saying, okay, we're fine being where we are. It's all well and good, and he wins this race as long as the horse in front of him, Fierceness, doesn't fire, which for a long time it looked like he probably wouldn't. But if Fierceness fires from their points where they're at, early in the race and even right now, it's not going to work. Journalism cannot beat him. And so that's just what's going to happen. Journalism ends up firing his normal effort. I thought it was a good effort. There's nothing wrong with how he ran. He's too far back. And here's the deal. When you're Sierra Leone, yeah, he's too far back, but that's all he can do. With Journalism, we've seen multiple races where he does not have to be that far back. And so again, can Jose Ortiz get him to sit closer, give him a little bit better chance, And if he can, that's why you're backing him in the Classic, right? I just think with Rispoli on, if he was on, I'm saying the Classic, I can't make a case for him. And again, I'm not quite sure it's Rispoli's fault, but it's somebody's fault. It's either Rispoli or the horse, right? So I don't know. We'll pause it here. He's going to finish second, beating a couple links. So it is what it is. So anyway, I'll take that off now. I'll kind of quit. I don't really want to dog too much more on Rispoli because I like Rispoli. I bet Rispoli a lot, right? But for whatever reason, the last few races just hadn't worked. Everybody knows about the Preakness. And for these other races, just hadn't worked out. You got to try something different. It may not help. It may not help at all. But for whatever reason, Journalism's kind of lost that tactical ability. He's got to get it back or he has no chance in the Classic. So that's Journalism. We talked about him. Do we really need to cover Sovereignty all that much more? He's a favorite, deserving favorite. I think if he wins, runs his race, he wins. Let's talk about Baeza for just a couple more seconds here. He's the one that's getting better. I kind of highlighted it. When he faced goal-oriented, he beat him by a lot further than Journalism did the last time he faced goal-oriented. Now, what does that mean? Doesn't mean everything, but it is something to note and think. Has Baeza gotten better than Journalism now? I don't think Baeza's gotten good enough to beat Sovereignty. Has he kind of passed Journalism? My answer was yes, until I saw the jockey change. And I thought, you know what? Journalism, maybe if he gets a little bit more tactical ride, or if he just is a horse that feels like he can be more tactical on that day, maybe I still do prefer Journalism over Baeza. I think that's the debate to have. I think for me, I don't know that you can play them both. You're going to have to make a decision. Do I think Journalism's still better than Baeza? Do I think Baeza's still better than Journalism? And whoever you kind of answer there, that's the horse you need to put, well, for me at least, in second or third or fourth, something like that on tries and supers. All right. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for letting me talk and ramble about it. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alert anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, stay tuned to the channel for more Breeders' Cup coverage.